stress and anxiety, all of these things can really catch up with us. And there comes a point when suddenly we're just like, I can't do this. It got to a point for me a few weeks ago that I just needed to stop. And so I took myself away. I went to Taupo. It was beautiful. And but while I was there, I had 2 treatments, and I'm really, really excited to tell you about this because they have been life-changing. I had found out about a therapy called Flow Presso. And it's kind of funny, really, because my plant essences, I talk about them as a hug in a bottle. Well, Flow Presso is a hug in a suit. And there's a lovely woman, Audrey, Art of Healing in Taupo, and she has one of these units. And so I went and saw her, and I had 2 treatments, 3 days apart. Now, Flow Presso has been developed in New Zealand by a lymphologist or a lymphatic specialist called Desiree Despong. And actually, I'm going to be interviewing her shortly, and I'll have an interview with her up on the podcast within the next couple of weeks. Really looking forward to that. Desiree has a long background working in lymphatics and oncology and stuff. And as a result of that, she developed this suit. What it does is it's non-invasive, and it's a mix of it. It's giving you a beautiful squeeze from your feet all the way up to below your breasts, or below your chest if you're a man, and it does your arms. And so there's this lovely pressure, this hug up your body, but also it has infrared heat. So you get this deliciously warming warmth, which is also doing all sorts of wonderful things for your body and for your movement of blood and things. And then they have this really neat proprietary innovation, a nano vibration technology, and it's a little disc, and it's sitting behind, the top of your spine. I went there feeling really, really exhausted, completely burnt out, and honestly, I had one treatment, first treatment, 40 minutes long. The other thing I love about it is you're fully dressed. So I just wore some really light linen trousers and socks and a long sleeve, t-shirt thing. And you get wrapped up in this suit. Your legs are wrapped, your feet are wrapped, your torso is wrapped, and your arms are wrapped. And then I had lovely eye pads on my eyes and beautiful essential oils. And there was nice music playing and drift off. But this machine can be set up so there are different chambers that will kind of squeeze you gently, sequentially up your body from your feet upwards. And the operator of the machine can set it for just so it's just right for you, just the right amount of pressure, just the right amount of heat. Really, really lovely. And if you've got a sore knee or something like that, you can actually just, that whole area can be turned off completely so it doesn't get any pressure at all. And then you lie there for 40 minutes, 40 incredibly relaxing minutes. I just drifted off, and I wasn't fully asleep. Many people say they do fall asleep, but I was just in a beautiful dream state. And then when it finishes, it turns itself off, and the technician comes and unwraps you, and you just float out the door. And so I did that, and that night, like, I'm a terrible sleeper. That night, I just slept like a log. The minimum period of time between treatments is 3 days, and mine, I did have them 3 days apart because I was away, needed to come back to Hawke's Bay. And so I had it again, and but it felt like my body was waking up. And I kind of feel like I've had flow presso withdrawals since coming back to Hawke's Bay and not being able to have that regular access for it. It made me start, even just with 2 treatments, I could feel things shifting around in my body. I felt a bit more energy. I slept a lot better. And I just noticed that I was able to, it's just silly stuff like walking the dog, just walk a little bit further than I'd been walking them before then, because I felt like I had more energy. So, long story short, I was so taken with this. I spoke with Desiree Despong, who is the maker of and inventor of these suits, and I've invested in one. So I've got the only one here in Hawke's Bay, and I see it as being a really beautiful part of the offerings at the Centre for Nature Connection. So you could come along for a flow presso session with me, and maybe that's all you want, just put me in the suit, done, see you later, and that's fine. And I'd be very happy to do that for you. But I also thought about that fact that sometimes we just need an intervention to help us reboot. So I see it very much as an integrated part of the other services that I offer for clients, because it's that sort of reboot thing. It's helping the body, reboot, re-energize, rejuvenate. And I think there's something very sympathetic and beautiful about that. There's a lot of sense of release with this machine, with this suit. You just feel like you're able to let go. And, our body stores a lot of our emotion, our stress, our anxiety. And this suit just helps kind of release that stuff. Desiree said sometimes people, they get to a point and then she just hears them go, oh, big sigh. She's been doing some trials with the police in the Bay of Plenty, working with officers who are feeling very stressed and anxiety and stuff. And I think they've been getting some really interesting results around kind of helping manage and release that stress better. I think about women like me, women, we're in our 50s, we've got hormones all over the place. We're standing in the middle of the stream of life, and that can get exhausting. Flow presso therapy gives you a chance to lie on this treatment table for 40 minutes, have a very relaxing, non-invasive treatment. You don't even have to get, undressed. You don't you're not being touched by other people, but you're getting this deep sense of kind of hug therapy. I'm really, really excited. I've got it here at the Centre for Nature Connection, and I've been giving the studio a bit of a facelift to turn it into this beautiful healing haven space for people to come and have this treatment. It's recommended that you book a minimum of 3 sessions, and you can, like a week apart would be really good. You can do it as little as 3 days, but I think it's a little bit better just giving yourself a couple of extra days in between sessions. When I did it, I had 2 sessions and it was really, really great, but I could feel my body saying, I want the next treatment. And so I see it, in my well-being now as just part of a regular thing, maybe once a week or something. For you, it may be once a fortnight or once a month. But it is really, really worth trying. If you jump onto my website, you'll see it on the website under the Wellbeing tab, and have a look at the details, and drop me a line if you want to book an appointment. I'm in Havelock North in Hawke's Bay, and we can fix up a time. So your first session, maybe allow yourself about 75 minutes just to give time for questionnaire and things, and to just take the time to get the settings that are exactly right for you. And then from then on, it's easy through an hour-long session, 40 minutes for the actual treatment. I think that every so often something comes along that is a real game changer. And for me, Flow Presso is a real complete game changer for when we need that kind and really rather wonderful intervention in our lives to just help us reboot to get back on track again.